Okay, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Okay, today we are going to start our new lesson in civics, that is human rights. This is the topic of our lesson. And the general objectives of this lesson are, we are going to discuss about the international efforts for protecting human rights, basic human rights ensured in the Indian Constitution, and understand about the functions of institutions and issues involved in human rights. And we are going to discuss about the different types of human rights. These are all the topics we are going to discuss in this lesson. In this picture you can see a person neatly dressed, richly dressed, isn't it? He is nothing but he is our father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji. So uh, once upon a time, on 7th June of the year 1893, a person was on his way to a place called Pretoria in South Africa, and he was objected that and he was objected, his presence was objected, and in a first class carriage while he was traveling in a train, even though he had a ticket to travel in the first class, but he was discriminated because of his skin color. So even though he had the first class ticket with him, he refused to leave that compartment. He said, "I'm having first class ticket. Why I should leave the compartment?" He asked. So he refused to leave also, but he was thrown off the train at place called Pietermaritzburg. So on that moment, Mahatma Gandhi, he decided to stay in South Africa, and he decided to fight against the racial discrimination against the Indians. In the same way, apartheid, apartheid policy, you would have read in your lower classes also. It was the highest form of discrimination. Actually, it was the policy which was followed by the South Africans. So in South Africa also, efforts were taken by Nelson Mandela, and he wanted to put an end to this policy. Here what happened, the white people, they used to exploit black people. Black people will be treated separately. There were separate schools for black Africans, and they will not be allowed in the religious places, and they'll not be allowed to study in the schools where white people are studying like that. So there were a lot of problems in South Africa. There was a lot of discrimination in South Africa also. So at last, in 1994, election was held in which Mandela, he was the first black president of South Africa. Mandela, no, he raised his voice against apartheid, and he organized various campaigns against the government. So for that reason, he was also imprisoned, and he was in jail for 27 years. And at last, he became the president. He won in the election, and he became the president. Next one, what are human rights? What is the meaning of the word human rights? So UNO, United Nations Organization, it defines human rights as the right to all human beings, regardless whether they may belong to any race, or any gender, or he may belong to any country or any language, any religion, ethnicity, or any other status. So everyone is entitled to these rights without any partialities. All the human beings were treated equally and all can enjoy certain rights. So, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and it is shortly called UDHR, it has played a very important role in promoting these human rights. UDHR. So, we will be discussing about UDHR in detail in the upcoming paragraphs. Now, UDHR. What is the meaning of the word UDHR? Means there are 30 articles UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So this is the abbreviation of this. Okay. And it guarantees various rights to the people, that is freedom of expression, and all the people have civil, political, social, economic, and cultural rights. All the people are having all these rights, and this UDHR, it contains 30 articles. So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it is a milestone document in the history of human rights, and the declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris. In that first one, social, economic, and cultural rights. So first one, social rights. It is necessary for full participation in the society, and these social rights, it is necessary for the human beings, for all the people in the society. And economic rights, it guarantees every person to have conditions under which they are able to meet their needs. So they have equal rights to follow the occupation they want, and whatever they want to become, they can become. Next one, cultural or and human rights. It aim at the citizens can enjoy their own culture, and they have all the rights to um, follow their culture and their style of living. Everything they can uh, enjoy. So there should be equality and all the human beings treated, because all the human beings has their own dignity. So all the human beings should be treated in such a way that their dignity should not go down. All should be respected equally, irrespective of their color or gender or religion, etc. And political rights exercised in the formation and administration of a government, isn't it? So government gives certain privileges for the citizens to lead their life, isn't it? So in the same way, laws are laid by the constitution, and it is equal for all the people, whether regardless of race, nationality, age, religion. So whether you may belong to a high class community or illiterate community, but laws and rules are equal for everyone. So there will be no discrimination of people based on this race, religion, etc. So these rights give power to the citizens to participate either directly. All the citizens have the rights to participate in the administration of the government. For example, if you want to play a very active role in the political system of the country also, you can play. If you want to become all the each and every citizen living in a country, he has the rights to become, for example, if you want to become a MLA or if you want to become an MP, so you have all the rights to achieve your goal. Okay, children, today we discussed about various human rights and we discussed about UDHR, isn't it? And tomorrow we will be discussing about fundamental rights in India. Thank you.